What's the most NSFW outfit you've seen that someone actually wore to work? Hospice Central Office. Secretary is looking to catch some doctor. Fishnet stockings. Skirt that shows the bottom of her ass. No underwear. Maybe a G-string. MD comes in and states, "What is this, a strip club now?" I about fell out of my chair. One of the agents I was teaching in a call center wore a dress solo cut and so short that when she moved the wrong way I saw everything dart. Another girl liked wearing corsets to make her bob spill out of her shirt and hoodies that said inappropriate things like "blow me." She couldn't understand why HR kept pulling her in for meetings. Mechanic wearing flip-flops. That shit ain't safe for work. Not really NSFW but not really for work either. Had a client coming in and the office manager told everyone to please dress very nice. A girl came in dressed in her prom dress. No tits and as here, but many moons ago I worked for Royal Mail as a postman. Had a new hire that came into work wearing high heel platform boots. She didn't come back the next day because she didn't seem to understand that those items of footwear are not conducive to the amount of walking posties do. And managed to knacker her ankle. Also complained that carrying bags and putting mail through letter boxes was damaging her nails. Never saw her again. A girl I knew wore a see-through mesh top to work without a bra in a call center I once worked at. Oddly enough, she wore it about 3 times before she was eventually pulled up about it. Can't think why. I worked for an instrument supplier and was installing equipment at a customer site. Pharmaceutical company. It was around Halloween and Hugh Hefner had just died. Lots of employees were going around, including in the lab space, dressed like Playboy bunnies. Not that their outfits were that skimpy, especially those who were in labs, but it was still weird seeing a bunch of scientists at work in bunny ears, bow ties, and cottontails paying tribute to Playboy. On Valentine's Day, a new hire dressed like Cupid. He wore a white shirt decorated with red hearts and a white tie with a large heart on the center of it. Then, his pants were also white, but with angels going up and down the legs. Everyone loved it, especially the female employees. But his supervisor told him to go home and change because it was a distraction. In a fairly formal office, the owner was holding an employee appreciation luncheon. Spouses welcomed. One guy's wife showed up in jeans solo cut. You'd have been able to tell if she had a Brazilian or not except for the G-string covering the area. She had the body for it, but it wasn't the place to be showing it. I saw a PA wearing a full-on porn actress schoolgirl uniform and walking up and down the office over and over. All the men were acting like dogs watching tennis on TV. I worked in a very stuffy, old, and famous law firm. Last year on Halloween, a very attractive young female attorney came in wearing a skin-tight black catsuit with cat ears on. It didn't show any skin, but it didn't need to. She was clearly not wearing a bra and her nipples were very visible. So was the fact that she was wearing a lace thong underneath. This was the kind of office where men wore ties every day and women wore skirt suits or pantsuits at all times. Nobody said anything to her as far as I know, but it was whispered about for a while. I try very hard not to sexualize my co-workers, who are all brilliant and accomplished lawyers and not objects of fantasy. But that costume made me ask, why not both? Playboy bunny outfit. I was a server at a semi-nice casual restaurant that was frequented by business people. It was Halloween and we were encouraged to wear costumes. One of our hostesses wore this and our manager didn't flinch until a customer complained. One time I wore a black high-vis shirt instead of the OHSA approved orange or chartreuse high-vis. Nothing happened. The receptionist at a professional office I worked at thought it was okay to wear an oversized Tupac sheet with no pants and slippers to the office for her first official day. Overall very confusing because she wore a beautiful outfit for her interview. One girl wore a pair of black leggings that were so thin you could see the color and pattern of her underwear from 50 feet back. Girl where I worked came with a cut t-shirt, showing her side breasts and wearing no bra. Manager came and told her to go home and get changed so she wouldn't catch a cold. When I was in college working for our student government, one of my co-workers showed up in tights that were so small you could clearly see every outline of her vag. Not to be graphic, but she was a small girl. With a larger area, there was a lot to notice. Our boss told her to go home and get changed. She got her back up about slut shaming. What preceded was an embarrassing hour-long meeting with her, our boss, the student government president, the dean, our internal ombudsman and legal counsel. Like, on the spot. It was in an office, which didn't have good soundproofing, so I heard the whole affair. She sounded willing to concede defeat after 5 minutes. But that sheet kept going. I wasn't even involved nor had to deal with any of it. But listening to it gave me chest palpitations from second-hand embarrassment. I knew a dancer who wore a business suit to a gentleman's club once. A hentai hoodie. A really short purple dress. No bra or panties. Every time she adjusted it you saw everything. Wasn't pretty. We had an intern who wore short shorts to the office one day. They really weren't that bad, but she got sent home. One time this temp wore leggings that were damn near see-through. Like IDK if she knew, but her stuff was all out there for people to see. Lol, she was sent home that day and never came back. Not quite the horny response you're looking for, but I think it fits the question. Recently at work, one of our vans decided it didn't want to start. It being a brand new Dodge ProMaster, we decided it would be best for the dealership to figure it out. We called and a big flatbed tow truck was dispatched. The tow truck arrived and the driver hopped out wearing slip-style sandals. I would assume a job where you deal with heavy machinery all day would require boots, but who knows. Fast forward a month and I am getting gas at the gas station down the street from my office. I look over to the next pump and who do I see? That same tow truck driver filling up the tank on his tow truck. He was still wearing that same pair of sandals. I left in a hurry after watching him light a cigarette as he pumped his gas. Halloween party one year and a guy I worked with came in dressed as a cowboy and his technician, who he was having an affair with and was 20 years younger than he was, came in as a very scantily clad Native American. We had a human resources manager that would wear sheer white dress shirts to work. Her knits were dark as heck and you could see them across the room through the shirt. In the sun, you could almost see through the shirts. This started a few months after the sale of the company to another firm. They moved their own people into top management positions. A month or two into the wardrobe change, the general manager made an inappropriate pass at her. She sued and was awarded close to 10 years worth of her salary. This one woman just skipped on panties sometimes. She wore a skirt every day. Working in bookkeeping, so people were rarely there. But every once in a while I'd notice and try not to look. One of the older men, getting near 60, wore short shorts. Some women complained about his varicose veins being unsightly. He was asked to go home and change as knee-length shorts were okay, but not short shorts as stated in the terms of dress down day. His response was to comment about someone's turban not being mentioned in the terms either. He was a team leader. Girl came into the lab with open-toed shoes. Ducking psycho. We had a temp working at our donation bay thrift store. The first week she was dressed appropriately, sneakers, jeans, t-shirt, but was vocally concerned that the work was going to ruin her good clothes. And she was waiting on her paycheck to purchase work clothes. The day her check came, she was over the moon shopping for clothes. But as I was ringing her out, I noted they were all work inappropriate, filmy, low cut, rude slogans, etc. Whatever. I thought, maybe these are her new good clothes and the jeans were now her work clothes. Nope. Came in the next day in spangly short shorts, bejeweled flip-flops, a gauzy shirt that was way too tight, and a half shirt over it that said I don't F at G care.